And in terms of whole-scale changes, again, I know that the Board of Finance brought up the issue of looking into getting its own legal counsel. There's some matters. I know I remember the library, some stuff
Yeah.
related to the library. Most recently, the board had major disagreement with what I'm going to put in the hands of the town attorney writing of the Ambler lease. At what point, again, I don't know if this is something that has to go to the charter. At what point does the town need to get really sort of serious about looking at maybe how its legal counsel's arranged? Do you have concerns about, open-ended question?
I mean, as I think about legal counsel just to start off with, this is outside of the Board of Finance. The Board of Selectmen picks our town's council. They vote on that. So it's not just the first selectwoman. It's the Board of Selectmen that votes on it. And so this is on their prerogative, and that is their choice to pick. I think there's an interesting dynamic at play where the town council represents the entire town, right? But in many cases, they report back to one person, and that would be the person the first selectman's office. I think that's an interesting thing to think about, right? Because there have been issues where there've been kind of disagreements among the different boards, and the town council has weighed in ways that I am on record with disagreeing with. But ultimately, it's the board of selectmen to make the decision whether that's appropriate or inappropriate. The Board of Finance has considered in the past, maybe it's probably this time last year, maybe a little bit, maybe in January, about bringing in our own counsel. The short answer is it is very difficult for us to do that. For us to do that, every contract that passes through the town has to be signed by the Board of Selectmen. So should the Board of Finance want to do that, we will need to get the Board of Selectmen's approval. And we haven't sought that at this point.